D-Day is finally here. The Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial is underway. According to the New York Post, the headline reads, "Here's who's on the jury in Diddy's sex trafficking trial." Quote, close quote. Tyrone Bowman live. So let's talk about it. I'm trying to adjust the light here. Give me a second. The lighting. And yeah, I got a cheap studio right now. As my channel grows and people, support me with some contributions, and I can buy some real equipment and build a real studio. But it's makeshift. Not much I can do about it. My brother uses what he has. So according to the New York Post, the jury at Sean Diddy Combs' trial is comprised of 8 men and 4 women, whose jobs range from massage therapist to neuroscientist to nursing home aide. 4 of the jurors are white, while the rest are non-white. And we're going to find out what that means when they say non-white in a minute. Because, well, I won't say that. The panel will remain anonymous throughout the trial, which is slated to end July 4th. So the panel concludes, let's go through it. Juror number 1, a white man who's 69 years old from Manhattan who works as a massage therapist and listens to jazz. He is a trained actor, single, and has no kids. One of his female relatives was the victim of domestic violence, which Combs' lawyers used to try to get him booted off. Juror number 2, a white man who's 31 from Manhattan who is an investment analyst, attends a country club in Connecticut, played video games, and listens to orchestra music. He saw the video of Combs beating ex-girlfriend and soon-to-be witness Cassie Ventura, but says he's a, quote, blank slate, end quote. Juror number 3, a man of color. What does that mean? From Manhattan with a PhD in neuroscience who listens to opera, he also saw the beating video. Does that mean the man of color is black or of a different race that they don't want to say? Juror number 4, a woman of color from the Bronx who works in the deli at a city market, likes hip hop and says she only gets her news from, quote, word of mouth, end quote, which I don't believe. Her relative was once arrested for bank theft. Now I know what a person of color means, that they're not of black descent, because the next juror clearly states, which is juror number 5, a black woman. They put that there. Who is 42 from Manhattan who works as a dietary aide at a nursing home. She says she doesn't watch the news and is a fan of Harry Potter. She once got a ticket for drinking in public. Juror number 6, a man of color, who's 41 from the Bronx who works in communications at a city residential treatment facility. He reads the New York Post and listens to 90s hip hop. Juror number 7, an Asian man who's 68 years old from Westchester County who retired from a financial company. He watches Fox. And CNN and plays cricket and volleyball. I think they threw the CNN in there. He just watches Fox. Juror number 8, a white man who's 68 from Westchester who retired from Verizon and is into bowling, hiking, and rock and roll. He says he is squeamish, doesn't, quote, like violence, end quote, and has seen the Ventura video. Well, these people should have been excluded. Juror number 9, a black woman. They make sure they say the word black because they don't want black people thinking that the prosecutor, who is white and a racist, excluded blacks. Well, I'm going to bring you a separate video of this prosecutor who had an all-white jury to begin with. She struck every black person off. until the defense vehemently protested against it, and they had to select a different jury, and this is the makeup of the second jury, because the prosecutor did not want any black people on the jury. So that's going to be the next video I bring up right after this. So, juror number 9 is a black woman who's 43, from Westchester, who works as a physician's assistant. She says she doesn't read a lot of news but watches Netflix and likes to dance and listen to hip hop and R&B. Juror number 10, a white man who's 67 from Westchester, who works as a logistics analyst and listens to news radio on the way to work. Listens to news radio. Whose news? What radio? And what station? He likes watching Survivor and does woodworking. Juror number 11, a black man, 39, from the Bronx, who's a social worker and listens to Afro beats. Juror number 12, a black woman who's 74, from Manhattan with a Bachelor's of Science degree and gets her news from outlets such as the New York Times and ABC. There you have it. That is the combined makeup of the Sean Diddy Combs' trial. Now let me show you some artist sketches here. The first one is of prosecutor Emily Johnson pointing to Combs during her opening statement, courtesy of Reuters. As you can see, you have Combs, who is completely gray now. So she's pointing to him. All right, here's another photo. Let me see if they have a caption at the bottom. Yep. They have an artist drawing of Combs making a heart gesture to family members in the audience on the first day of his trial. This is credited to Elizabeth Williams from the Associated Press. So as you can see, Combs is completely gray. They refused to let him out on bail, which I don't understand why. Why was he not allowed on bail, when there are people who've committed heinous crimes and got bail? I'm just dealing with the issue of due process and the issue of fairness. I'm not adjudicating the case. I'm not here to talk about the innocence or guilt. I'm talking about the fairness of his constitutional rights. Was he not deserving of bail? They're going to mess around and he might get acquitted. Don't be surprised. All right. This one right here, about Combs giving a thumbs up to his family members in the audience. See if we can enlarge that. Whoever is drawing is doing a terrible job. Can't even see his face. If Combs wasn't a billionaire, this case would have been over in about 2 days. Yeah, that's true. It would have been over in about 2 days. And this is a photo of Diddy's family members leaving the court on the first day of his trial, courtesy of Reuters. I'd like to take my time on my channel, kind of engage everybody. I see comments here. And one message is held for review. Stop acting up. I think you got some sense when you come on my channel. Jamotus, on air. Yeah. Okay. Let me see who's Silva. Okay. All right, everybody. That's going to be it for this edition of Tyrone Bowman Live. See you in the next video. Never surrender. Never quit.